Welcome back to the Herbal Bloom. If you are over 50 and you wake up tired even after a full night in bed, it can feel confusing, frustrating, and sometimes a little discouraging. You may look at the clock and think, I slept 7 or 8 hours, so why do I still feel like I am dragging myself through the morning? And when this happens again and again, it is easy to blame age, hormones, or willpower. But tiredness after 50 is rarely explained by one simple thing. It is often a pattern. It can come from sleep that looks long enough on paper but is not truly restorative. It can come from stress that never fully switches off. It can come from blood sugar swings, low morning light, too little movement, not enough protein, changes in muscle, medication effects, or health issues that deserve proper attention. The point is not to panic. The point is to stop dismissing the signal. This video is not about diagnosing yourself. It is about learning to notice the overlooked clues your body may be giving you, so you can have a more useful conversation with yourself, your routines, and when needed, a qualified professional. The first overlooked sign is waking up tired even when you believe you slept enough. Many women count sleep by hours, but the body measures sleep by recovery. 7 hours of fragmented, tense, overheated, or restless sleep may not feel the same as 7 hours of deeper, more stable rest. After 50, many women notice that sleep becomes lighter. You may wake more easily, feel warmer at night, need to use the bathroom more often, or return to sleep more slowly after waking. Even if you do not remember every interruption, your body may still feel the cost in the morning. One useful question is not only, how long did I sleep, but how did I wake up? Did you wake with a heavy head, a dry mouth, a racing mind, a tight jaw, a sore neck? Did you wake before your alarm, already tense? Did you feel as though you were half awake through the night? These details matter because fatigue after sleep can be a clue that your sleep quality needs attention, not just your bedtime. This is where the gentle basics still matter. A consistent wind-down routine, a cooler bedroom, morning light, reduced evening alcohol, caffeine awareness, and putting screens away earlier can sound too simple, but they are often the foundation. They do not solve everything, but they make it easier to see what is really happening. The second overlooked sign is a morning body that feels slow, heavy, or stiff for longer than expected. Many women say, I just need a while to get going now. Sometimes that is true, but if your body needs an hour or two before it feels awake, or if stiffness and heaviness are becoming your normal baseline, it may be telling you that recovery is incomplete. Muscles and joints respond to sleep, hydration, protein intake, movement, and inflammation. After 50, muscle mass is easier to lose and harder to rebuild if strength and protein are not part of your routine. That does not mean you need an extreme workout program. It means your body may need more regular signals that it is safe and useful to stay strong. Gentle strength work, walking, mobility, and enough dietary protein can all support the feeling of being more physically online during the day. If your body feels stiff but improves after movement, that is useful information. If stiffness comes with swelling, sharp pain, weakness, or a major change in function, that is also useful information, but it belongs in a conversation with a clinician. The goal is not to ignore discomfort or over-medicalize it. The goal is to observe it honestly. The third overlooked sign is an afternoon crash that feels predictable. You may wake tired, push through the morning, drink coffee, handle everyone else's needs, and then around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, feel as if someone pulled the plug. This pattern is common, but it is not meaningless. An afternoon crash can be connected to sleep quality, but also to meal timing, hydration, stress hormones, blood sugar swings, and too much sitting. A breakfast that is mostly coffee and a quick bite may feel efficient, but it may not give the body a steady foundation. A lunch that is very light, very sugary, or eaten while distracted can also set up an energy dip later. After 50, many women become more sensitive to these swings, especially when sleep and stress are already stretched. A helpful approach is to look for patterns rather than blaming yourself. What happens on days when breakfast includes protein and fiber? What happens after a short walk outside? What happens when you drink water earlier in the day instead of trying to catch up at night? What happens if lunch is a real pause rather than a task you rush through? These are not dramatic interventions. They are experiments that help you understand your own energy. The fourth overlooked sign is feeling wired and tired at the same time. This is one of the most common descriptions women use in midlife. The body is exhausted, but the mind will not settle. You may be tired all day, then suddenly alert at night. You may feel drained, but still scroll, plan, worry, clean, check messages, or replay conversations. This pattern is not a character flaw. It can be a sign that your nervous system has been running in a high alert state for too many hours. Rest is not the same as recovery. Sitting on the couch while your mind races may be rest for your legs, but it is not necessarily recovery for your system. A true recovery cue tells the body, the day is ending. You can stand down. That cue might be dimmer light, a warm shower, a cup of herbal tea, slow breathing, gentle stretching, reading, or a few minutes outside earlier in the evening. The exact ritual matters less than the consistency of the signal. For women over 50, this can be especially important because sleep, stress, hunger, cravings, and mood often influence each other. When one piece is disrupted, the others may feel harder to manage. A calm evening routine is not a luxury. For many women, it is a practical way to protect energy for the next day. The fifth overlooked sign is needing more caffeine to feel normal. Coffee is not the enemy for most people, and many women enjoy it as part of a pleasant morning routine. But when caffeine becomes the tool that makes basic functioning possible, it is worth paying attention. If you need coffee immediately to feel human, then another cup to get through late morning, and maybe something sweet in the afternoon to keep going, your body may be compensating for poor recovery. Too much caffeine, especially later in the day, can then make sleep lighter, which makes the next morning harder. This creates a loop that can feel like low energy, when part of the issue is an energy loan you keep having to repay. A practical step is not necessarily to quit coffee. It may be to notice timing and dependence. Could you get morning light before or with your first cup? Could breakfast come before the second cup? Could the last caffeine be moved earlier? Could the afternoon crash be met first with water, a protein-rich snack, a short walk, or a real pause before reaching for more stimulation? The goal is to use caffeine intentionally, not as a mask for exhaustion. The sixth overlooked sign is shortness of breath, palpitations, dizziness, new weakness, or fatigue that is clearly different from your usual tiredness. This is where we need to be clear and careful. Lifestyle habits matter, but not all fatigue is a lifestyle issue. A new or worsening tiredness after 50 can sometimes be related to anemia, thyroid changes, sleep apnea, heart rhythm issues, blood pressure changes, medication side effects, depression, chronic infection, or other health concerns. This does not mean every tired morning is dangerous. It means you should not automatically dismiss strong or persistent fatigue as normal aging. If fatigue is sudden, severe, accompanied by chest pain, fainting, unusual breathlessness, swelling, weakness on one side, or symptoms that worry you, seek medical help promptly. If it is persistent and interfering with daily life, schedule a professional check-in. Bring notes. Bring patterns. Bring a list of medications and supplements. The more specific you are, the more useful the conversation can be. This is part of a safety-first wellness approach. Natural routines can be helpful, but they should not become a reason to delay care when your body is clearly asking for attention. The seventh overlooked sign is that you feel emotionally flat, irritable, or unlike yourself, along with the fatigue. Many women talk about tiredness as if it is purely physical, but energy also has an emotional dimension. When recovery is poor, small things feel bigger. Motivation drops. Decisions feel harder. Food cravings may increase. Patience can become thinner. You may start wondering why things that used to be manageable now feel heavy. This does not mean you are weak. It means your system has less reserve. Sleep, movement, nourishment, daylight, social connection, and stress load all influence that reserve. After 50, many women are also carrying invisible responsibilities: aging parents, work pressure, adult children, finances, relationship changes, health appointments, and the mental load of being the person who remembers everything. Fatigue can be the body's way of saying that the current pace is not sustainable. A useful question is, what actually restores me? Not what distracts you, not what numbs you. What restores you? For some women, it is a walk without a phone. For others, it is preparing tomorrow's breakfast tonight, doing 10 minutes of stretching, saying no to one extra obligation, or asking for help instead of pushing through. Recovery often begins with giving the body fewer mixed messages. The 8th overlooked sign is that your routines are too inconsistent for your body to predict recovery. The body likes rhythm. It does not need perfection, but it does respond to patterns. If bedtime changes dramatically, meals are skipped and then oversized, movement happens only on good weeks, and stress has no transition point, the body may stay in a state of uncertainty. A simple rhythm can be more powerful than an intense reset. Wake time within a reasonable range, morning light, protein and fiber early in the day, walking after meals when possible, strength or mobility a few times a week, caffeine earlier, a wind-down routine that repeats. These habits are not glamorous, but they help your system understand when to be alert and when to recover. This is especially important because many women over 50 are tired of starting over. The answer is not another extreme plan. It is a smaller plan that is repeatable enough to become trustworthy. So what can you do this week if this video feels familiar? Start with observation before correction. For 3 to 7 days, write down 4 things: when you slept, how you woke, when your energy dipped, and what was happening before that dip. Add 1 note about meals, caffeine, movement, and stress. You are not looking for perfection. You are looking for patterns. Then choose 1 small support. Not 5, 1. Maybe it is morning light before checking your phone. Maybe it is protein at breakfast. Maybe it is a 10-minute walk after lunch. Maybe it is a real wind-down cue at night. Maybe it is booking the appointment you have been postponing because your fatigue feels different or persistent. And remember this: feeling tired after 50 does not mean your body is failing you. It may mean your body is asking for a different kind of support, a clearer rhythm, or a closer look. The more respectfully you listen, the easier it becomes to respond wisely. If this helped you understand your body with more clarity and less blame, subscribe to the Herbal Bloom for more calm, practical wellness guidance for women who want to feel informed, steady, and supported. There is also one more overlooked sign that deserves attention. You feel better only when life becomes unusually quiet. For example, you go on a calm weekend, take a short trip, or have a rare day with no pressure, and suddenly your energy feels more normal. That can be a powerful clue. It may mean your everyday routine is not giving you enough recovery, not that your body is permanently broken. Many women over 50 have adapted to a pace that looks normal from the outside, but is actually too demanding for the system they are living in now. This is where honesty matters. You may be eating healthy enough, but not consistently enough. You may be sleeping long enough, but not deeply enough. You may be moving when you can, but not regularly enough to maintain strength and circulation. You may be resting on the couch, but still mentally working through lists, messages, worries, and family logistics. These are not moral failures. They are energy leaks. When you find the leaks, you can stop blaming yourself and start repairing the routine. Another quiet clue is how long it takes you to recover from a normal day. If an ordinary workday, family gathering, travel day, or busy errand day leaves you depleted for 2 or 3 days, your recovery capacity may need support. This does not mean you should avoid life. It means your baseline reserve may be lower than you think. Building reserve after 50 often requires three boring but powerful things: enough nourishment, regular movement, and real downshifting. Not intensity, consistency. Let's make this practical. Imagine 2 mornings. In the first, you wake tired, check your phone immediately, drink coffee before food, rush into the day, sit for hours, eat a quick lunch, crash in the afternoon, use more caffeine, then try to relax at night while your brain is still running. In the second, you wake tired, but get light first, drink water, eat a simple protein-rich breakfast, take a short walk after lunch, pause before the afternoon slump becomes a crash, and create a visible evening boundary. Neither day is perfect, but the second day gives your body clearer signals. That is what this whole topic is really about: clearer signals. After 50, the body may become less forgiving of mixed messages. It may not respond well to skipped meals, late stimulation, irregular sleep, low movement, and constant stress all at once. But it often responds beautifully to small signals repeated with care. Morning light says, "It is daytime." Protein says, "There is material for repair." Movement says, "Stay strong." A wind-down routine says, "The day is ending." A professional check-in says, "We are not guessing when symptoms persist." It is also important to speak kindly to the part of you that feels frustrated. Many women over 50 are doing so much right and still feel tired. That can feel unfair. But this is not about perfection. It is about gathering better information. Your energy is not a personal virtue. It is a signal produced by sleep, hormones, muscles, food, stress, breathing, mood, medications, light, movement, and health status, all interacting together. When you see it that way, fatigue becomes less mysterious and less shameful. So before you decide that exhaustion is just your new normal, try this 3-step reflection. First, identify the strongest pattern: morning tiredness, afternoon crash, wired nights, heavy body, emotional depletion, or symptoms that feel new. Second, choose one support that matches the pattern. Do not choose the trendiest support. Choose the most logical one. Third, decide whether the pattern needs professional input. If fatigue is persistent, worsening, unusual, or paired with concerning symptoms, getting help is not overreacting. It is wise. The message I want you to leave with is simple. Tiredness after 50 is common, but it is not something you have to ignore. It may be asking for steadier routines, better recovery, more nourishment, more movement, less stimulation, or medical attention. Listening does not mean becoming anxious about every sensation. It means becoming more skilled at noticing what your body has been trying to say. A final practical point: do not let this become a project of self-surveillance. You do not need to track every number, judge every meal, or turn every night into a performance review. The most useful tracking is simple enough to continue. A few notes can reveal whether your tiredness is mostly a sleep quality pattern, an underfueling pattern, a stress recovery pattern, or a safety pattern that needs medical attention. For example, if your worst fatigue follows nights with late screens in a warm room, the next experiment is obvious. If your energy improves on days with breakfast and a walk, that is valuable information. If nothing changes despite steady habits, or if symptoms are getting stronger, that is also information. It tells you not to keep guessing forever. This is why the most effective approach is both gentle and serious. Gentle, because your body does not need shame. Serious, because persistent fatigue deserves respect. You are not trying to become a perfect wellness person. You are trying to become a better listener to your own patterns, so your next step is clearer than your last one.